But it's been a huge blessing. It's been, not having a mortgage payment is huge.
It's a huge thing, yeah. And I really like the way that you and Tim did it, Jan. Hi there, I'm TimOddo, reverse mortgage specialist at Oddo Group with Leader One Financial. And today I have the privilege of having one of my great clients and also a friend of mine, Jan. Thank you, Jan, for being here.
Of course.
Yeah. And so Jan and I had the privilege of not only doing work with her, but even working together as well. So Jan understands mortgages very well. So Jan, when we first started talking about a reverse mortgage, I kind of approached you and I said, hey, what do you think about this? And I wanted to talk to you about that for you and your husband, whose name is also Tim. Great name, by the way. So did you have any concerns or any apprehensions about a reverse mortgage when we first kind of started talking about this subject?
No apprehension about it. It was more, when we started talking, it was more curiosity about how we could do this.
Yeah.
And then the more I talked to you, it was like, well, this would be silly to not do this. We were planning on staying in our house for at least 2 years. My husband has some health issues that we knew we would eventually have to move out of our 2-story home into a 1-story, just for mobility. And we were able to put the reverse on, not have a house payment, and we've got a significant amount of equity in our house when we did this, and
Yes.
we didn't use up a lot of it. Not having a house payment has been awesome.
It's huge.
It's very huge.
It's a game
to be able to throw that money into savings or pay off other bills, and we were both still working, so that was.
Yeah, that's right. Because at the time, even now, you guys are both still working. So at the time that we did it, we didn't wait until you guys were both retired. We did it while you were working.
Right.
So you had, your incomes were still very high, but you were able to take that extra cash flow. Your mortgage payment was your single biggest expense every month. So you're able to take that and really, then like you said, I know you guys were able to save more money and do those kind of things that, more fun stuff.
I paid off my car. I had 2 years left on my car. I paid off my car.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
like you paid off your car in a few months or something.
Yeah, it's like awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just having that extra cash and not having to worry about it. The only thing that I was apprehensive about was making sure that we got our taxes and insurance paid without that going through escrow.
Yes.
But
yes.
no big deal. And what we did for the taxes and insurance is we set up an escrow so that it was there, put through a little bit in it. So it was there to pay those without having to go.
And that's a good point, because on a reverse mortgage, you typically don't escrow for the taxes and insurance. Matter of fact, if you have good credit and you don't have any income issues, we don't escrow, which is a better thing because that gives more money available, in your line of credit. But that can be a little daunting when you've been so used to making a mortgage payment for 30 years and they pay the taxes for you. But other than that,
that was really the only apprehension, and we know that there's still equity and.
Yeah. So Jan, now that it's been a couple years, you've actually had, are you surprised? Because a lot of people will tell me, well, we're going to use up all of our equity, right? If I do this, I'm going to use up all my equity. I'm not going to have it for my daughter. I know you have a daughter, and what's been your experience with that?
We haven't pulled any other cash out of the equity other than just what was used. We started out with only using 40%, so there's still 60%. The bulk of it's still there.
Yeah. Because your loan balance is going up in small increments, but obviously where we live, the equity has still been growing too because the house continues to appreciate. So,
yep.
So
no, that hasn't been a real concern. And the increment that it's going up every month is minimal too. It's not because of the loan amount. So
and actually in your guys' case, had you decided not to put that extra monthly cash flow into savings, you could even make a partial payment on a reverse. A lot of folks don't understand you don't ever have to make a monthly mortgage payment, but you could actually make a partial payment and negate some of that negative interest.
Right.
So, which is kind of cool as well.
But it's been a huge blessing. It's been, not having a mortgage payment is huge.
It's a huge thing, yeah. And I really like the way that you and Tim did it, Jan, because you did it before you retired, before you were on a fixed income, and you were able to even kind of take advantage of it more because you still were making a nice income right? And then you can take an extra cash flow and pay off your car early, way early, or put more in savings, and it just gets you to a better position to actually finally retire. And I think one of the things that I like to really kind of focus on is this loan is not a loan of last resort. This loan is not for people that can't afford to make their payments. It's really a financial planning tool that lets you get in a position to retire a little earlier, right? And to be in less stress when it comes to that time. And this is a big part of that. I mean, this is helping you feel comfortable to be able to go ahead and retire finally. So, well, I appreciate you coming in.
Of course.
I appreciate you and Tim very much. And it's always fun to see you. And thanks for coming in and spending a few minutes with me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right. Thanks. So if you have any questions, if you want to know what it might look like for you or a more specific example of really what the power of this loan can do, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thanks.